It's UAFL time. It is election night football here in today. I have to look up the election results. I have no idea what they are. Did I even edit it correctly? Hold on, I didn't do this right. All right, welcome to the UAFL. All right, so we are ready to begin now. Who's playing tonight? A total of 4 teams are playing tonight. Let's start with... What's the volume on? Should be on 1. This exhibition match was me and my brother. Because my brother sucks at access football. I literally heard him throw a trash can, so... Alright, first team is Calgary. This is going to be their first game. However, we're going to be using... crap. What jersey is which? I think that's their home jerseys. They're going to be using their gray jerseys for today. Because today is a holiday. And for Ottawa... Where's Ottawa? The Ottawa Capitals will be as well, except they will be using black jerseys. Alright, first I need to figure out the weather. Stadium is classic because for obvious reasons. These are teams that aren't in the game, so... Alright, let's begin. I'm going to search up a city and we're going to see what the weather is in that said city. I think Ottawa's the home city, so it is clear. Ooh, they're so lucky that their game wasn't on Friday, or it would have been a rainy game. Wind speed barely misses out on being a windy game. All right, here we go. Calgary versus Ottawa. The first battle of Canada for the season. Look at that gray stadium. Ooh. You know you're in one of the expansion cities if the color of the grass is different than it would be under normal circumstances. Alright, so let me give you an overview on what color jerseys are which. The black jerseys is Ottawa. Usually their jerseys are red. But today is election night, so everyone's using their alternate jerseys. And for Calgary, they're in the gray jerseys rather than white for the same reason. So we start off with Ottawa, and I honestly think this game could determine who could be the best of Canada. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. There's 7 Canadian teams in this league, so you would have to be better than all of them in order to be the best. But this one is a start. And it looks like Ottawa's struggling on offense already against Calgary. Calgary's defense must know what they're doing tonight. Previously, Calgary has been having some issues. As the Capitals just couldn't find a way to get through the Orioles' defense. Orioles with the football now, and they got good field position, and they're gonna run it, and they're not gonna get the first down, but it's gonna be a lot of yards. 10 yard. They said it was a gain of 10, but it's really 9.5. Second and inches. Oh, they fail to get the first down here. So it's 3rd and 1. Here's Gonzalez. Ooh, he threw that to no one, and it's 4th down. Let's see what they do here. They're on the 36-yard line. They're going to bring out the punt team. Expansion teams don't really have good kickers. That's what I've noticed. I don't know why that's the case. So they're just going to use punters instead. However, it does give the Capitals bad field position, and considering it was a 3-and-out last drive, if the Capitals continue that, the Orioles will get even better field position to start this next drive. So Ottawa, what they need to do is get the ball down the field to prevent that from happening. And it looks like they're going to fail to do that on the first down. Here's 2nd down. It's going to be 3rd and 6. The Capitals need to get 6 yards to continue this drive. Now let's see what they do here. Here's Lau, throws the ball. It's incomplete, and it's 4th down, and exactly what the Capitals have feared has come true. It is going to be another 3-and-out. And the Orioles now are on to... They're going to start this drive on the 45-yard line, about the same spot they did before. Gonzalez is going to throw it. It's going to be a catch. 5 yards on this play right here. I want to see what Ottawa does here on defense. I mean, they managed to get the stop. Both of these defenses have managed to get stops. But we're going to see if whose defense breaks apart first. Gonzalez to Manning, and it's a first down. Orioles are in position to score here. Go! And that's a touchdown. Orioles will score first as Manning is going to score. And Grant from the Ottawa Capitals is injured and for the rest of this game, and he is not coming back for the rest of the game. And just like that, Calgary leads 7-0. And it looks like Ottawa's defense has fallen apart as well. If Ottawa doesn't get it together, they're surely losing this game against Calgary. They managed to get the win before last week, or they managed to win last week. It was a very close game, though. Capitals on 2nd and 3. Now this matchup is not the only matchup that is this matchup is not the only match that's going to be a double Canada header. We actually have 5 Canadian teams playing tonight actually. Winnipeg is playing next. They're up against the Washington Senators. It'll be the battle between those two teams. And we also got a double header or a double Canadian matchup between the Edmonton Ravens and the Toronto Wizards. So with the only 2 Canadian teams not playing tonight being Vancouver and Montreal. That's a first down by Clay. As for if you want to know when both Vancouver and Montreal play, the Vancouver Mallards are playing tomorrow against Philadelphia. And Montreal's playing on Thursday night football against Carolina. So it's going to be an action-packed week, is what it's going to look like. Here's Mason. He's going to get a first. Ottawa's now got another first down. Ottawa could tie this game up if they could get about 30 more yards. Now, for those of you who are watching this league and probably don't know what divisions these teams are in, because these teams don't exist in the NFL, I got you covered. So, the Calgary Orioles are playing in the AFC South against the Houston, Orlando, Tennessee, and Indianapolis, who is currently Indianapolis is currently 0-1 right now. So if Calgary wins here, they're going to be above them regardless. Everybody else hasn't played yet inside the AFC South. And for the Ottawa Capitals, they're playing in the AFC East with the St. Louis Racers, Buffalo Grizzlies, Boston Whalers, and currently the team that is 1-0 in the division, the Miami Warriors. So if Ottawa wants to be above that, they're going to need at least 15 points. Or they're going to need to win by at least 15 points. Tonight. And it's going to be 3rd and goal. Here's Lau. Throws it and caught. Capitals will score a touchdown. Gamble will take it in, and it is going to tie. Now we get the PAT to tie it up. And it's good. It was barely good, but it's in there. It's 7-7. Rivera does a good job running the ball today. They're going to start on the 36-yard line. That's 11 yards above the touchback line. Go! Oh, incomplete. It's an incomplete pass. And it's a 1-yard gain. Calgary's struggling on this drive right here. And it's going to be 4th down. The Ottawa defense has successfully prevailed against the Calgary offense. And we're going to see how the special teams will do here. Okay, so the punt lands around the 10-yard line, and he's not going to get, or he lands around the 15-yard line. Doesn't get very far. Gets only about to the 22. All right, that's a 4-yard gain on this play. Ottawa went with a one form. And Lau's going to pass it. He's going to make a screen. It's only a 3-yard pass, only a 3-yard gain, as Calgary ran a 3-4 cover 1 hole. Up the middle, and it's incomplete. It's a bad throw by Lau, and it's going to be 4th down. And the Capitals will punt it away from their own 30-yard line. And this ball is going to be spotted on the 41-yard line, giving Calgary good field position. There's a flag. It is against Deontay Lucas for encroachment, and it's going to give the offense 5 yards. Now it's a 1st and 5. You only need to get about 2 yards per play. Defensive tackle Ray for Calgary is returning. So when Calgary goes back on defense, he will be back. Here's Gonzalez. It's a loss of 2. Oh, and it looks like it's not going to be enough. Calgary is not going to get a 1st down. It was a 1st and 5. So I'm questioning what's going on in the Calgary Orioles' mindset, why they couldn't get the 1st down. And the bigger question is, why are they punting here? I would have gone for a 1 yard. It's not even a yard. All you have to do is run an inch. You just run the field, just do the tush push, and you're in for the 1st down. Here's Gamble. He's going to get a 1st for the Capitals. Lau is going to throw it deep, incomplete. First down, Haynes. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go over the 2025 elections here on this channel now, for those of you who are watching. And I have to make a brief... It might be a warning to one party, and a tears of joy for the other, but all of the governors that have won are all Democrat this time. There has been a bunch of states that have flipped as well, meaning they were previously Republican and are now going to be Democrat starting in 2025. That includes Virginia. Virginia is no longer going to be red. It is going to be blue starting in January, on January 20th. Which as New Jersey is going to remain blue, as the Democrats have won that for governor as well. And for New York, of course, it's going to stay blue. It's a blue state. I don't think I'll ever see New York become red. However, what makes New York different is that the Republicans lost to not one party, but they also lost to the independents as well. So it's very interesting to see what has happened there. It's partially it's well, this was for the New York City mayor that the Republicans got third place in. But yeah, out of the two governor races, New Jersey remains blue. Virginia switches from red to blue. I don't know what Trump's reaction is going to be to this, but it's not going to be good because he is not going to be happy with the fact that Virginia went blue. I know that for sure. Biden would be happy though, but and I want to see Congress though. I don't want to just see the executive branch. Give me the legislation. Give me the legislative branch. Because I want to see if any of the House seats. Actually, I don't know if I know the Senate votes every 2 years, but I don't know about the House. The Senate doesn't vote this year. They vote next year. Okay, we're... Let me just find out what happened. I'm trying to find Congress. See if any of them flipped or not. That's a flag. It's against it is holding against Baron Flynn from Calgary. It's going to be declined as the Capitals got the first down here. Okay. So the House didn't really have any elections other than special elections, which already happened already, with the exception of the one for Tennessee. But Um, there has been a new special election that gives the Republicans an upper hand, I think, though, for Congress, because we all know that the government's currently shut down and they are trying to get enough people. They're trying to get 60 people because that's all they need to reopen the government. Democrats probably want to open the government up too. I can only imagine, but they want to try to find a way to not compromise what their values are. And that's why, and since they both parties can't agree to something, that's why the government's still shut down. To be honest with you, I think we should change how we do government. We should be funding the government a year ahead of time rather than at the end of the deadline. We should be funding the government a year before the government is supposed to be funded or is supposed to be going into effect. That way, there is no government shutdown problem. Um, and the reason why the Republicans want to take 60 is because the executive branch is trying to get it to where you only need 60 per votes to win, but the Republicans House Speaker understands that it's just going to let minority speakers not have say. So at least they are thoughtful for that part. But there's got to be a solution to the a real solution to the government shutdown problem to not only stop the current one but prevent any other ones from happening in the future. Now the special election for Texas, I haven't checked. Um, yeah, it doesn't look like. It doesn't look like Congress hasn't changed that much at all. A year from now, though, is going to be another election. It's going to be a big year. It's going to be a bigger year for elections next year. This one's more of a minor year. Only 2 governors have changed. One of them actually flipped. And neither the House or Senate was completely in election mode, only other than special elections. But next year, there's going to be 35 seats in the United States Senate up for election. And Yeah, next year for the Senate, a lot of states are going to be having elections for that. My state is not one of them, though. Surprisingly, I don't know why. Might be every 4 years for us. But we do have. But all 435 seats in in the House of Representatives will be up for election, though. So that's what makes this year bigger than, or that's what makes next year bigger than this year's elections. Um,
Tonight.
and for the governor elections next year, there is going to be a bunch. In 2026, my state's governor is going to be, the governor's spot's going to be under election as well. It's going to be Wesmore versus somebody else.
Hike.
Here's a pass and touchdown, Capitals.
Go.
Here's a field goal. That's good. So yeah, although
Hike.
although this year was small for elections, it still makes a big difference overall.
Tonight.
But I can safely say that the Democrats have won this year's election, even though it was small, based on the number of governor seats that have been flipped.
Tonight.
All right, it is 2nd and 8.
Go.
Manning is going to try to run it inbounds. It's going to be 3rd down. It's a close game. It's 10-14. I honestly think both of these teams deserve
Sit hut.
so much more than that's incomplete. And it's going to be a field goal unit attempt to kick it in for a quick field goal. It's a good 21 yards. And just like that, it is 13-14. It's a 1-point game now. And we wait the kickoff from I wonder if the Axis football devs are considering copying the NFL rules to where the players are not allowed to start moving until somebody catches the ball.
Strike.
Don't think they will though, because I don't think the Axis football devs wants players to start around the 50-yard line every time. The NFL only did that because not a lot of people are returning the football. Yeah, there's always some kind of crazy rule changing. It's fourth quarter now. And there's already a punt on the first play of the fourth quarter. Calgary's going to run it, and they're going to start this drive on the 35-yard line.
Strike. Go.
Alright, here's Cameron. It's 6 yards.
Hike.
Second and 14.
Sit hut.
Oh, nice catch by the Schwartz. May the Schwartz be with you if you're in Calgary right now. Ooh, wide open. Oh, and he still drops the ball. Well, I think it was overthrown. He just couldn't catch it.
Go.
Oh, here's a good chance. He couldn't get there as it was deflected by the defense. It's third down. Even if Ottawa doesn't get the first down here, they can still take the lead with a field goal.
To the hut.
They're gonna. Now that's a smart play. You run the ball, and you can get the yards that you need to get to make it a little easier. However, the field goal was already easy, so I would have definitely gone for a quick pass. But here's the field goal, and that's good from 32 yards out. And the Calgary Orioles take the lead again, 16-14, with 6 minutes to go in the game. Deep pass incomplete.
To the hut.
So the XAFL is going to reset with new teams. And the league will start 4 months after. So there's an announcement from the XAFL. I want to point that out there. Sorry for not mentioning that first. Dev has officially announced that when Access Mobile launches, there's going to be. It's going to take 4 months for the next season to start after the release date. And if Access Football Mobile were to release today, that would mean the next season would be in the springtime in March. I mean, I think by then we would have already completed a single season of the UAFL, and everyone from the XAFL will get a good understanding on what teams are good and what aren't. So I think if you're going to own a team in the XAFL, you might want to pay attention to the UAFL and see what team you want to pick to represent. Because how the XAFL worked last time is that everyone picked a team, an existing team, and then they replaced the logos and stuff with new ones and changed the city names and stuff. So now I think Cleveland might stay Cleveland because Cleveland might get picked this time. I mean, there's 16 teams that are going to be in this league, so knowing what I know so far, I wouldn't pick Baltimore to be the team I would import. I would want to have the rosters from one of the 6 super good teams in this league. There's a flag. False start against the offense. Someone's pinged me.
Tonight.
There's about a half an hour left until
Tonight.
the next GA Cup starts as well. Touchdown. And just like that, Ottawa is in the lead once again. Here comes the kickoff. It's now a 5-point game here in Ottawa. That could have been intercepted. I was looking for that interception, but it looks like it was a catch instead by Reynolds, who somehow managed to get there before it was picked off. It's a very close game. It's a very defensive game, I would suppose. Incomplete. Third down. Pass is caught. First down for Calgary. Ball is passed, incomplete. There's 55 seconds left. This drive is going to determine everything. Touchdown! And Calgary will score, and they will take the lead. If in honest opinion, I would go for 2 here. And that's exactly what they're doing. To the left. To the left. Oh, he's going to run it. He gets it. The 2-point conversion's good by Gonzalez, and it's now a 3-point game. And now it's a 3-point game. Ottawa needs a field goal to send this one into overtime. The reason why they Calgary needed that 2-point conversion is in case if Ottawa gets a field goal. If Ottawa gets a field goal and Calgary would have just went with a normal kicking PAT, it would have been game over and Ottawa would win. However, since Calgary went for 2 and got it, instead it's actually now would land a game in a tie and send it to overtime. Deep pass. Here's Lau. He's going to screen it. It's going to be a gain of a single yard. Here's Lau. He's going to throw the ball. Incomplete. And incomplete. It's turnover on downs. This game is over. Calgary's going to win the game. 24-21.
Go.
So Calgary is going to start this season 1-0, which puts them currently in first place in the AFC South. However, they're only the second team this week that have played a game. So we still are awaiting Houston, Orlando, and Tennessee.
Hike.
And for Ottawa, they're going to start the season 0-1, which now puts them in last place in the AFC East. However, only two teams have played. Ottawa and Miami are the only two teams that have played in the AFC East this time. So we're still waiting for Boston, Buffalo, and St. Louis coming up in the next few days. All right, that is the end of the first game. All right, I'm going to import the final scores now. Final score, Calgary Orioles 24, Ottawa Capitals 21. All right, we are now ready to begin the second game of election night football. And coming up next, we have the Winnipeg Devil Cats. I gotta move them. Hold on. I had to go to that side to get rid of the Winnipeg from the other side. Because Winnipeg is going to be an away team this week. And I'm going to see what uniforms they got. That's their home. That's their away. That's the military appreciation. We're not using that this week. And these are their alts. I'm going to give them the gray alt. And Washington will be the home team. It's going to be the Winnipeg Devil Cats versus the Washington Senators. Washington will be using their black jerseys this time. All right, let me go over to... They're not playing in Orlando. Surprisingly, our nation's capital does not have a stadium yet. I'm not sure why it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't because it's in alphabetical order. So it's currently clear outside. Then there's going to be no wind here as well. Washington supposedly only has a 44% chance of winning, but I think that's incorrect because Washington, I think, is a better team than Winnipeg is, but not too much better. That's just my opinion based on what I've seen so far. All right, so for those of you who don't know, most people know where Washington is in what division they're in because they're an original team. So it's obvious that they're in the NFC East. However, Winnipeg is competing in the NFC North. And it looks like the Winnipeg Devil Cats will start this drive for this second election night football week. So for the Winnipeg Devil Cats, what's going on in the NFC North, so far Green Bay is 1-0 in that division. They have a plus 22 rating because they've absolutely destroyed their opponent last. They've destroyed their opponent last Thursday. Originally, these matches were supposed to be on Saturday because they were guaranteed to be really good matches. Either that or absolute blowouts like what Green Bay got. I think that was Dallas that ended up getting destroyed by Green Bay that week. Winnipeg will be the second team from the NFC North to play this, or the NFC. Winnipeg will be the second team from the NFC North to go, and it looks like it's going to be a large gain here. Now, I do need to set up the next 3 matches of the Season 2 GA Cup for those who are a fan of our main channel stuff. I need to set up Fortnite Festival Main Stage versus Terraria, Fortnite Minigame Box PvP versus Hill Climb Racing 2, and Fortnite OG Zero Build versus Riptide Go. Here's Winnipeg. It's 2nd and goal. This phone is so tiny.
Strike.
Fortnite peaked at 1.7 million today. And what about Roblox? I mean, we already know it's Taco Tuesday. But the peak without Taco Tuesday was 14 million. But the peak for Taco Tuesday was only 22 million. You would have think it would be higher than that. But it ain't. I don't know why why do you do admin abuse on a Tuesday anyway? Wait, is this seriously Fortnite Festival main stage? Yes, it is. Fortnite Festival main stage. Yeah, I'm setting up GA Cups because we need to. And then OG Zero builds. Is it the ranked version? No, it's OG Zero builds regular mode. And then I gotta get the mobile games. Terraria's competing today. Terraria had a GA Cup match recently. And that was the play-in tourney. They lost though. If they would have won all 3 of their games, they would be in the schedule for this season, but they're not. So Winnipeg is up 3-0 right now. That is now 1st and 10 for Winnipeg. Here's Patterson. It's not going to be anywhere though.
Tonight.
I think it was actually Riptide GP.
Tonight.
There was a slight error when it comes to what I put down on the GA Cup. The name was I think the name was wrong. It's not. It is not All right, what match numbers are these? These are matches 8, 9, and 10. Seems like every time I look up, Winnipeg... Oh, that's picked off. I was going to say Winnipeg has the football every time I look up. That was a beautiful interception by Washington. You'd never expect a pass like that to be in the hands of the defense.
Tonight.
First down, Washington.
Tonight.
Okay, Washington's on 2nd and 17.
Go. tonight.
Alright, I'm almost done setting up the next few matches of the GA Cup.
Go.
And this also means that the current GA Cup matches are also about to end. For today, we got, it looks like, who is our winners tonight? For match number 5, Fortnite Battle Royale Zero Builds Ranked is about to win against Formula 1 Clash to move on to the preliminary round. Here's a deep throw by Washington, and they're going to get a first down here. Robbie Phone is the, I don't know if he will pay attention to actual football, but if he did, Washington would be Robbie Phone's team. Here's a pass. Incomplete. I don't know where he was throwing that. Now for match number 6, Marvel Contest of Champions is going to beat Fortnite Save the World. It's another disappointing season for Save the World supporters. I gotta say that. I mean, I don't really play Save the World that much because it's, like, very stressful for me to play. Because I always have to worry about something getting broken or someone dying every time I play it. But I know a lot of people like Fortnite Save the World, so it's going to be another disappointing season for them in the GA Cup, as they're going to be out in the first stage of the tournament by Marvel Contest of Champions, which is never had any relevancy. Washington's going to make a field goal after failing to score a touchdown. And that is going through. It's now a tie game. It's now a tie game in our nation's capital. And then the third match that's happened today is match number 7. Fortnite's The Pit is going to beat Kart Rider Rush. Why does it say Partridge Rush Plus? I'm pretty sure everyone knows what this is by now, though. It's one of the more popular racing games on mobile. You should have heard of this by now if you like racing games. It was when I typed that in, I didn't realize there was a autocorrect feature that changed it. Autocorrect is the most useless piece of junk I've ever seen. It's almost like I should just turn it off and learn how to spell correctly. I mean, I know how to spell it. It's just that Apple's stupid and doesn't know what games are. Here's Patterson. He's getting the first down. Here's Brown. Deep throw. 4th down.
Hike. Hike.
Here's Horton. Screens. Oh, it's picked off. Picked off at the 20-yard line. I don't know why Jones rose his hand to the sky before he was down, but because we have yet to see a pick six in this league. Or we might have seen one, but
Hike.
it's a 6-yard gain. It's 3rd and 1. Winnipeg's going to be on the verge of taking the lead after that interception. They were already in the red zone when the ball was picked off.
Go.
And it's 4th down.
Go.
And the field goal is good, and it is 6-3. Winnipeg is in the lead. Here's Horton. He's getting the 1st down. 2 minutes to go in the first half. It is now officially 12 a.m. in the Eastern Shore. It is now 12 in our nation's capital as well.
Sit hut.
Incomplete. It is now officially Wednesday here in the Eastern Shore.
Hike.
That is incomplete.
Sit hike. Hike.
Also, back on the XAFL topic, last time a mobile app came out, it came out around December 15th I think it was 2023 or 22, one of the 2 years. I don't remember which. Whoa, picked off. What an interception by Washington. They're about to do the same thing that Winnipeg did. That's a pretty big interception. All kinds of highlights in the first half. First down. So based on that logic, if Access Football Mobile were to come out on December 15th, again this year, the XFL wouldn't start until April 15th, which is tax day. Yeah, that's tax day if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's a holiday, but it's only for adults, really, because it's the deadline to file your taxes for the year. You get 4 months to file your 4.5 months, or you get 3.5 months to file your taxes. So, but once you file your taxes, you don't have to do it again until the next year. I don't know why I'm talking about tax day. We're nowhere near April.
Tonight.
It looks like there's actually technically 2 tax days.
Hike. Hut.
Yeah, the next tax day is going to be on the 15th again.
Sit hut. Hike.
But tax day is another holiday we'll talk about later in the not this UAFL season. Because tax day is not part of chapter 2 season 2 of this YouTube channel. That's going to be part of that's going to be part of season 3 of this chapter. And season 2 of the UAFL. Well, I guess it's not really season 2, but it's 2026 season 2. Flag against Russell Love. the remaining holidays for this, our next week's holiday is because there's going to be a small holiday being celebrated every week in this UAFL season, but once a month it's going to be celebrated across normal live streams as well, which for this month it's going to be Thanksgiving. However, Thanksgiving is on a Thursday this year. I mean, of course it is. It's on a Thursday every year. Lol.
Sit hut.
Here's a pass. Incomplete. Now we await the field goal attempt. This half has definitely been a lot of field goals. And here's another one. It's a very defensive game, I gotta say. Just like the last one was.
Go.
Pass is caught. First down. And that is the end of the first half. So far, the Senators are in the lead by a single point.
Sit hike. Sit hut. Go.
Here's Horton and incomplete.
Sit hike.
Man, it's not 2nd and 11. And it's another 3 and out. And Washington will get the ball.
Strike.
That's not a good field position. If you're Washington, it's a safety. Winnipeg takes the lead off a safety. And not only that, they will get the ball back. And how about them apples? First safety in the UAFL so far. That was a terrible mistake by Washington. Why would you go for a long pass when you're in the back of the end zone?
Hike. Strike. Hike.
First down, Washington, or Winnipeg, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting that there was a safety. Yeah, two things that are weird about safeties. Not only do you score, but you also gain possession of the football after one. So basically, you could score up to 10 points without the other team having the ball.
Hike.
Now, that's if you go for the 2-point conversion. It's most likely going to be 9, though.
Strike. Strike.
There's a flag on the field. Let's see what it is. Offsides. Defense number 94. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down. That is an interesting penalty to get. Now, if you're Washington, what on earth happened here? First down, Winnipeg. Winnipeg's about to score a touchdown off of this safety. So they might get the 9 points. And that's devastating if you're Washington because that makes it a 2-possession game.
Tonight.
And it's a touchdown. It's going to be an 8-point. My apologies. Correction. It is still a 1-possession game. It is actually. It would just be a fact that you would need a 2-point conversion instead of a field goal to tie it up. So it's now 18-10. As Winnipeg initially was down by 1 before this drive started, but this drive technically started with them scoring 2 points off safety. And now the Senators will have the football. Here's Horton. Deep throw, out of bounds though.
Hike.
Horton's running it. He's going to get 7 yards. He's going to run it again. This QB thinks he's Lamar Jackson, and he's going to get the first down. Maybe he is Lamar Jackson. No, he's not, because Lamar would have thrown more accurate passes than Washington has done today. Point proven. Here's an interception by Dennis. And Washington once again turns over the football. And it's becoming a nightmare in our name. It's going to be a nightmare for every Washington fan. Caught. Touchdown. And now it's a 2-possession game. Now this game's getting out of hand for Washington as they made too many mistakes on offense, and their defense and there's so many. They made so many mistakes that their defense is now tired, and that's leading to Winnipeg score. I guess I was right. I guess I was wrong about Washington being slightly better than Winnipeg. I didn't think Washington was still the way they are. Here's Horton. Deep throw, incomplete. There's a flag. That should have been picked off. Holding. Defense number 32. 5-yard penalty, first down. Another holding call against the defense, though. So even if it was picked off, it would have came back. They lost a yard on this play. It's 2nd and 11.
Go.
What in the world was that? Did he even try to throw the ball? Or is that intentional grounding? That should be intentional grounding right there. Like, who was the intended receiver?
Sit hut. Sit hike.
All right, here is Alexander. Here's Patterson. First down, Winnipeg. Devil Cats are once again on the move.
Sit hut.
No gain on the play.
Sit hike.
Here's Brown. Incomplete.
Sit hut.
Oh, that's a first down. What are the Senators doing? Their defense is struggling really bad now. It's like they all need Gatorade.
Sit hike.
And that's another first down for the Devil Cats. Winnipeg is trashing DC now. It seems like DC is still their old self, I guess I can say.
Sit hut.
They shut down when their team needs them the most.
Go.
And it's going to be 3rd and 1. I would just run it in. I would just run it in. That's exactly what they're doing. It's not going to get in, though. However, Winnipeg now is going to kick it in to make it an 18-point lead, and that will make it a 3-possession lead for the Devil Cats. And it is good. It is now 28-10. Winnipeg up by 3 possessions. Let's see if Washington's finished or not. I don't know. Well, they already lost 4 yards on the first play of this drive. Washington's just not what they want to be. Oh, that's a good catch. It could have been picked off, though. It's 3rd and 6.
Go!
First down, Washington. Clock is going to become an issue for Washington, though, if they have any chance of coming back and winning this game.
Tonight.
We're going to make some more deep passes.
Tonight.
Horton, quick pass to Carter. First down. It's ruled out of bounds as well, so the clock stops. Washington on the verge of scoring a touchdown after the offense awoke in. And he's in. Touchdown. And Collins scores it, and it's now going to be they're going for a 2-pointer. All right, there's a flag. It's good, but let's see if it holds. Holding. Defense number 32. Wait, what? They should have declined that. Why did they accept that? Are they stupid?
Hike.
You had the 2-point conversion, and now they have it again. That's just a waste of time. I think not only is Washington bad at defense, they are also apparently bad at making good decisions. I don't know. It's a very simple decision. Just decline the penalty. You should have declined the penalty. You had the 2-point conversion already. I mean, at least they still got it, but it's just overall a stupid move. Now Washington needs to find a way to get this ball back again because they're still down 10. Caught for the first down. 2-minute warning. Last time we've seen a comeback like this happen was in the preseason when the Sharks came back after being down 3 possessions to win the game. And they were down by 3 touchdowns. So that was a good 21 points. And then they kicked the field goal in overtime to win it.
Tonight.
However, Winnipeg is going to get a second first down. Senators used their second timeout.
Hike.
Senators are not going to... Let's see how much time's on the clock. There is at least 80 seconds left. So Winnipeg will have to run another play.
Tonight.
And caught. Touchdown. No, not in for the touchdown, but it would have been better for Winnipeg not to score that touchdown because Winnipeg has officially won the game. Now all they have to do is kneel this one out. even though they're on the 1 yard line.
Go. Hike.
And there it is, folks. The final knee. The Winnipeg Devil Cats will win 28-18. And let's take a look on how that affects the standings. For Winnipeg, they're in the AFC North, or NFC North, sorry. That puts them in second in the division because Green Bay had an even bigger point differential than Winnipeg did. And they are the second team from the NFC North to get a win this week. 3 yet to play. As for the NFC East, Washington becomes the second team in this division to lose, as well as Dallas has also lost. I'm pretty sure the NFC East is the worst division in this league because Dallas has flopped, Washington's still got some problems, and there are only 3 teams left that haven't played yet is Montreal, New York, and Philadelphia. And who knows how they're going to perform. And that is the end of this game. Alright, next match. We got Edmonton. The Edmonton Ravens wearing their gray jerseys, which looks very interesting to me, considering I made them. And as well as Toronto. They're going to also be wearing their alt jerseys. They got a really cool alt jersey. Not going to lie to you. The navy blue, I like it. Alright, so we're headed back to Canada. Except we're headed to the most popular city in all of Canada. It's currently cloudy there, so there's no wind though. Alright, we're going back to the Blue Stadium of the Toronto Wizards. Just look at that beautiful blue. Alright, so it looks like Edmonton has won the toss. So Edmonton's in the gray this week. They're in the gray and yellow. While Toronto's in the navy blue for using their alt jerseys. I like Toronto's alt. Like, I think it looks good on them. And Edmonton's makes it look like they're electrified
Strike.
as well.
Hike.
There's Roberts. He's going to lose 3 yards. And Allison's going to get the first for the Edmonton Ravens. Hogan from defensive end Hogan has a leg injury, but he is expected to return for Toronto.
Hike.
All right, so for the divisions these two teams are competing in, both of these teams are in the AFC. Edmonton's in the AFC West, and Toronto is in the AFC North. So,
Go.
and we all know NFC North is a really strong division this season. Because when you take a look at the teams in the the NFC West or AFC West, where Edmonton resides, the other teams there is Denver, Las Vegas, Nebraska, and the Wranglers, who are actually 0-1 this time. And for Toronto, they are up against the Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Cleveland, and Baltimore in their division.
Sit up. Hike.
Singleton to Mayer. It's no gain on the play. I feel like this is going to be a very defensive game between Edmonton and Toronto.
Strike.
So out of all the Canadian teams that have played so far, 2 of them have already won. I mean, 2 of them are guaranteed to win, but the one team that wasn't guaranteed to win has also won. So there's going to be 3 Canadian teams winning this week so far, up to 5 now. As the only two that are guaranteed to lose this is well, one of them is Ottawa, and the other one is the loser of this game. Ooh. The Ravens get a few yards.
Hike.
And that's a first down.
Sit hut. Sit hike.
Here's Roberts. That's a first. Oh, that's a deep run by the Edmonton Ravens. It's 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line.
Sit hut. Hut. Sit hut. Sit hut.
Oh, nope. 51-yarder is no good.
Go.
And it's a first down.
Hut. Hike.
Here's Singleton. Toronto's had a really crazy game in the preseason. They managed to win with a blowout.
Hike.
First down, Toronto.
Go.
Quick pass to Cameron. First down, Toronto. The Wizards are on the verge of scoring a touchdown.
Go.
Here's Singleton. There's a flag. Gonna check the flag real quick. Holding. Defense number 44. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down. It's another holding call against Edmonton. So it seems.
Go.
Oh, right up the middle. Oh, they could have made a pass to the middle, but now they lose 7 yards, and it's now going to be even harder to score. Oh, sacked again. This time they are out of the red zone. And that one's picked off. He ran inbounds. That's a safety. By rule, that should be a safety. Because he ran inbounds, but Axis Football doesn't know the rules of football, so the rules of Axis Football are different. If you pick off the ball, you cannot potentially get a safety in this league, apparently. I don't know why that's the case, but... Wow, what a way to end a drive, though.
Go.
Oh, Roberts is going to get a good amount of yards.
Then hike.
Here's Roberts. He gets 4 yards.
Go.
That is incomplete. 3rd and 6.
Hike.
And that's another first down for the Edmonton offense.
Hike. Go.
Okay, it's going to be another long field goal attempt. Edmonton missed the last one. And this time it's different. The Ravens score first in this game. It's 3-0. Dang, I got no water. I'll be right back, chat.
This football game needs some water. Alright, anything interesting happen? Nope, it's 4th down. Awesome. It's 4th down.
Hike.
First down, Edmonton.
Sit hut. Sit hike.
Another first down by Edmonton. Ravens are going crazy. The Ravens are going crazy right now against the Wizards.
Go. Sit hut.
And that's incomplete. Cohen's the one who defended that. Oh, incomplete.
Hike.
And that PAT was they almost missed that PAT there. It's a little scary if you're the kicker for Edmonton, but you've managed to score about 4 of the points in this game.
Sit hut.
There's offsides against the defense, and that one is going to give Edmonton. It's going to give Toronto a few yards.
To the hut. To the hike. Hike.
That is a bad pass.
To the hike.
First and goal. When it's just inches that they need. Oh, they're going to settle for a field goal. Oh, yeah, because they're running out of time. And barely got it off. It's good. Toronto will score 3. And it's now halftime. Someone explain to me how this game has been one of the most lowest scoring games I've seen in a while.
To the hut. Go. Go.
All right, here's Mayer. First down, Toronto.
To the hut.
All right. Holding. Offense number 70. 10-yard penalty. Still first down. Wow, what a holding call that ruined that play for the Toronto Wizards. What happened there?
Go. Strike.
And here we go, the second half.
Hike.
Okay. Flag. It's another flag. I didn't even pay attention to this one because I stood up. And I don't know what happened, but I think it might have been declined. Flag again. Pass interference. Offense number 89. 10-yard penalty. Still first down. Good grief. Like the pass interference calls, they just get you every time.
Strike.
And that's a loss of 4 yards on that play. Alright, what the temperature where I live is getting colder now. It's in the lower 40s.
Strike.
Oof. At least I'm not outside right now. That should have been picked off. We do have some really cold days coming up, though. The lows on Friday is going to be 37, and the low on next Tuesday, a week from now, is 31. We're already approaching the 20s. That's scary. I don't even think I'm ready for the 20s right now.
Hike.
That's just a sign that it's going to be a really, really, really cold winter. Like for us, we need to prepare ourselves for the 10s and maybe even the 1s. Now that is the best field goal, or that's the best punt ever, or return. They're on the inch-yard line. Now, if you're Toronto, focus on quick passes to get out of that situation.
Strike.
He just stepped. And definitely don't do what just did. What was that? That is embarrassing. He stepped out of bounds and freaking got a safety. He stepped back to pass, more like step back to get a safety. You know, as somebody who has my favorite team is in the AFC North, this makes me laugh. Because Toronto's also in the AFC North. Toronto Wizards really about to play like the Washington Wizards when they play basketball. How did they frick that up so bad? He literally ran out of bounds, and Everyone on Toronto is going to literally kill this quarterback. Like this quarterback is not going to exist much longer after what he just did.
Tonight.
Oh! Touchdown! Touchdown, Edmonton. Farmer hauls it in, and it is a 12-point game now. And here's a chance to make it a 13-point game. So they're going to get 9 points out of that safety. What was originally 10-6 is now 19-6. This is exactly what happened last game as well.
Tonight.
There's a flag. It is holding. Defense number 24. The penalty is declined. Result of the play is a first down.
Hike.
And that's a sack.
Hike.
And that is incomplete.
Hike.
Alright, now here's Singleton.
Hike.
And touchdown. Toronto scores.
Never thought I'd see. I never thought I'd see such a close game. I don't know why Toronto, not in the drive they just scored in, but in the previous one, why would they run back? Like the quarterback ran out of bounds behind their own end zone for a safety. Like, have you seen that in Axis football yet? Because I don't know why he did that. This guy ran back like 10 yards.
Strike.
He throws it away.
Strike.
There's Erickson, first down.
Go.
First down.
Go.
It's first and goal for Edmonton.
Hike.
And there it is. Touchdown Ravens.
Go.
They're going for a 2-point conversion. Why wouldn't he pass the ball?
Tonight. Go!
Here's a really deep throw. That is caught by Parsons for a 45-yard gain. Here's a pass. Touchdown.
Hike!
What the 3 minutes to go in this game. I want to say, if you are a member of
Tonight.
one of these two football teams, I want to question how this game came about. Holding, defense number 30. Penalty is declined. Result of the play is a first down.
Tonight. Hike! Hike!
That's incomplete. It's fourth down. Let's see if they extend this too long. And their lead is extended to 8. Still a one possession game. It's just now that it's a touchdown and a 2-point conversion that is needed to tie this one up.
Hike.
First down, Parsons.
Go.
Another first down. Incomplete.
Hike. Hike.
Throw. Incomplete. There's only 30 seconds left in this game. I didn't even realize that. Toronto needs this touchdown. Oh, it's fourth down. They need 4 yards. They don't get this, it's over.
Go.
And touchdown. But it's not over yet. They need to get a 2-point conversion with that. And they got it. Oh, there's a flag. It's a face mask against the defense. Toronto made the same mistake Winnipeg made. They accepted the penalty. Why? And they got it. I'm about to say, if they messed that up, I would have made fun of Toronto for so long. Losing a football game because of a stupid manager who decided to make that terrible call. Second team in this league so far to accept a penalty like that. I don't know if... I don't think that's supposed to happen. I think there's going to... This game can go into overtime if no one scores. 2 seconds left. They have a Hail Mary to use, and then if that fails, it will then be the end of the half, or the end of the regulation. And there it is. That is the end of regulation. We are now into overtime. So the rules of overtime is that each team will get one possession, at least one possession, unless if it's a touchdown. It uses the old NFL rules. So if the score is still tied after each of those possessions, then it enters sudden death. And since this is the regular season, we will only be playing one overtime period. Meaning, once these 10 minutes wears off, if the score is still tied after 10 minutes, then it is considered a tie. I mean, I honestly don't think that the game will last that long. Ooh, incomplete. He went for the win there. Oh, there's a fumble, but it actually is recovered by the Wizards. Here's a field goal. And it's good. Game is not over yet, though. Edmonton needs to score at least a field goal to keep this game going on this next drive. However, if Edmonton scores a touchdown, they will win the game. Okay, 3rd and 11.
And there's a flag. It's a face mask call. That's brutal. Toronto was one down away from winning the game, and now they have to start all over again. Just because one man made a mistake that he shouldn't have made. And now the quarterback has time to throw, and it's incomplete. An interception also wins the game for Toronto. It's third down.
Go.
Pass incomplete. It's fourth down. Either Edmonton gets this first down or Toronto will win the game.
Tonight.
And caught. First down. Edmonton continues. And they might be entering field goal range here in a minute.
Tonight.
Long pass, incomplete.
Hike.
I'm going to go for another long pass. This time caught by Hughes. First and goal. Edmonton was on the verge of losing this football game by a field goal after fourth down. Now they're on the verge of winning. If they can score this touchdown, there's a flag against the offense. It's 5 yards.
Tonight.
All right, here it is. Oh, no. He is not going to get there, and there is a flag against the defense. That's going to spot them in inches. All they need to do is run the ball in. And Edmonton wins the game. And how about that to start off week one for the Edmonton Ravens? A walk-off touchdown on the road. And they are going to be the first team from the AFC West to win this week. And for Toronto, it will be the first team to lose this week. Alright, importing the final scores. And we're going to move on to our fourth and final game. We still got one more game.
This game lasted way too long. Alright, let's get on with it, I guess. Alright, two teams that no one really cares for, or at least where I'm from, they don't really care for them. But it is the Los Angeles Tide, which is basically the Los Angeles Rams, versus the Oklahoma City Cyclones, which is basically the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Oh wait, almost forgot. Their uniforms. They're not using their normal ones because LA is going to be using this jersey because it's still election night football. And they're playing at the Classic Stadium. I guess we're not using a normal stadium tonight. Okay. So the weather is windy. I don't know what to say about that, but I don't think there's clouds out. The wind speed is in the wind zone, so there's going to be a light wind game tonight. It's really not that windy though. But I guess that's why they call them the Cyclones now, because it's always windy in Oklahoma. And LA won the toss. And the kickoff is underway. And now the NFC West is going to be this NFC West versus NFC South matchup begins.
Sit hut.
And the Cyclones do get the sack here.
Go! Go!
You know, the funny thing is about these two teams have in common is that both of their logos are based off of natural disasters. The tide being tsunamis and the cyclones being
Set hut.
tornadoes.
Hut hut. Hut. Hike. Set hike.
And touchdown Cyclones. And the Cyclones take the lead early. Fun fact about Cyclones in general. Oklahoma City doesn't get cyclones; they get tornadoes. Cyclones are hurricanes, except they form in the southern hemisphere by the Indian Ocean and the southern Pacific Ocean. And we all know dang well Oklahoma ain't known for cyclones. This team they name just doesn't make any sense.
Set hut. Set hike.
Penalty against the Cyclones. technically, um, technically, where the Oklahoma City Cyclones team franchise's name, I think what would be a better team name for this is the Hurricanes. Because we get hurricanes in North America, not cyclones or typhoons. We don't get either of those because they're not, and they're very rare. If we were to get one would have to come from all the way to the United States from another part of the world.
Strike.
And once again, I can't pass.
Hike. Strike. Strike. Go. Hike. Strike.
Okay. Here's Riley.
Go.
And Los Angeles scores.
Sit up. Hike. Hike.
Alright, Cyclones punt.
Go. Go! Sit hut! Select. Go!
That can be picked off.
Sit hut! Select.
And touchdown.
Sit hut!
Flag. Against Mike Jordan.
Sit hut!
Oh, fumble. It's recovered.
Hut hut! Sit hut! Strike.
Yeah, that's halftime. LA's winning so far. Flag. It's against the offense.
Strike. 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 Strike.
Incomplete.
Strike. Strike. tonight. Tonight.
Okay. Touchback.
Tonight. Tonight. Tonight.
That's a punt.
Tonight. Go.
And another punt's underway.
Go. Tonight. Tonight. Sit hut. Go.
Nice holding call, I guess.
Hut. Hike. Hike. Hut. Hut. Hike. Sit hike. Hut. Hut. Hike. Go. Hike.
looks like other streamers are not using thumbnails anymore. Weird. Have we reached an age where where thumbnails don't exist anymore? Picked off. That interception might have saved the game for the Cyclones. It's a very close game. No one's really scored a lot in this game.
Go! Select. 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 Hike. Go! Hike.
It seems like LA's got control of the ball now. With about a little bit less than 4 minutes to go.
Hike.
First down.
Select. Select. Tonight. Go!
Alright, now the 10-point game. Cyclones need a touchdown and a field goal to tie this one.
Tonight.
I think if the Tide mess up this drive, I think it's game over. Or, sorry, the Cyclones mess up this drive, it's game over.
Tonight.
Yeah, the Cyclones are out of timeouts now.
Tonight. Tonight.
Third down.
Tonight.
Yeah, that's a flag.
Go!
So they spike it. How are you going to get a touchdown and a field goal in 9 seconds? I think this game's over, guys. Cyclones are going to lose this game. There's no way they can do anything now.
Hike!
I mean, the best they can do is do a Hail Mary. I mean, they can do it with the 4th and 12. They have one shot. And that's it. And the final match of the day ends with the Los Angeles Tide winning. They win 17-10. And LA will start the season 1-0. Believe it or not, I did not expect the Cyclones to be that bad, but they are. So, yeah, that's where they're at. Well, that's gonna do it for tonight's, or for this year's edition of Election Night Football. We'll tune in tomorrow for some more football, and I'll see you guys next time.